Hey everybody, it's been a while. So we're going to talk about some of the standards we just took a quiz on, but they will be on the test too. So we're going to do the best we can on them. This first one is going to be vocab about polynomials and degree. Also, how to multiply lots of polynomials together or bigger polynomials together. So, polynomial is anything with an x and a number in it. It's all added or multiplied. There's no division in polynomials. We'll do that later. Degree is the highest power. So that polynomial has degree 5. And it's something on my hand. That's polynomial is degree 5. If I have different ones, like this polynomial here is degree 1, because x always has a power of 1. Degree 1, degree 2, degree 3. So when we have different types of polynomials, names for them, we have linear and, it's a pen mark. Linear is a degree 1 polynomial, and it looks like a straight line if you graph it. Then degree 2 polynomials are called quadratics. We did a whole unit on those recently. They have a parabola shape when you graph them. Degree 3 polynomials are cubics, and they have lots of different shapes, but they kind of wave and they S one way or the other. When we are multiplying polynomials, this is 3 linear terms multiplied. So you can't multiply 3 things straight up. If you multiply 3 terms, you got to do the first 2, and then multiply the result by the third one. So the box method, you do the first 2, you battleship multiply, x times x is x squared, x times negative 4 is negative 4x. You battleship it, you find like terms, and write your result. That's the first 2. You can also distribute. This is Miss Colden's awesome handwriting, not mine. So you can distribute. We're doing again the first 2. She put big brackets around it to get my result, and then she put it here. Notice they're the same. X squared plus minus 3x minus 4, x squared minus 3x minus 4. Then we do the next one. So with the box method, you put them both together and battleship them. With distributing, you have to send the first one to both, the second one to both, the third one to both, and then combine like terms. Box method, you're also combining like terms. It usually happens diagonally. You can verify this on a calculator by plugging these into y equals and plugging your final answer into y equals and seeing, oh, are they the same graph? Then we just did some practice on the back. We also do this graphically. I know, quick change. We also did this graphically. So where we combined 2 graphs, this part of this review assignment was multiplying them algebraically, distributing. This side was, I took the same thing and did it just with the picture. Tomorrow I'm going to show you guys how to do them with both, but to adjust the picture, you have to actually multiply 2 y values. So to get a third graph, I have to take 2 y values on the same x, and I would need to multiply them together. So this is 1, this is negative 1, multiply them together, and I'd get negative 1. So that means my new line would have a point at negative 1. I don't care if you do it exactly. All I care is the easiest points to sketch, the zeros. So your strategy is start off, oh, sorry, this is a disaster. Here we go. Start off with a 0. So you mark the 0. I'm going to pause and mark it. There we go. 0 is marked, and then I put a line down the middle of it. Now what I want to do is I'm going to see if these points are going to end up as positive or negatives when I multiply them together. And the cool part about marking the zeros is as you go through the line, all these points on this line are positive. All these points on this line are negative. So we have positive ones, negative ones. A positive times a negative is always a negative. So the new graph, the combined graph, is going to have negative points in that section. I'm going to do the other section and again unpause. So on the other half, I also had a positive and a negative. So this ended up with 2 negatives. When you sketch the final graph, it has to touch the 0, and it has to go towards positive or negative on both sides. So I'll show you. So it's touching the 0 and it's on the negative side. It's touching the 0 on the negative side. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do this one. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the zeros and section them off. There we go. And this one, it's wherever they cross the x-axis. It's not about the y-axis. It's not about where they cross each other. It's only where they cross the x. And I'm going to look, where is it positive on the x-axis or negative? So this one's positive, negative. These 2 are both negative because they're below. That's positive because it's above, negative, positive, positive. So I'll write the signs down. So it was positive, negative. So I multiply those together. Any two numbers multiplied together are negative if they're positive, negative. Two negatives always multiply to positive. Again, different signs as negative, same sign as positive. Now I'm going to draw the final graph, and I'll just kind of explain it. Okay, I drew it in blue. So it has to touch the 0 and go negative on that part. It has to touch both zeros in this section, and they were positive, so it went in the positive side. Can't go on the negative side. This is opposite. This is negative, so they went down, but it has to touch both, so I had to loop back around. This is positive, so it went up. All right, so that's a long one. New stuff tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.